Hi, Buccaneers. Good day. I hope everybody is well. We are enjoying the signings that the club have made so far. So far, the club have made the signings of Nkosi Konandaba from Richards Bay at left back. They made a signing of Tsepo Mashilwane from Baroka FC at right back. And then what we also have in that midfield, it's Iklan Dule from Stellenbosch. You've got Masindi Nemtachela from Marumo Gallants. We do have Sipombule, who came as a free agent after Mamelodi Sundowns decided not to exercise the option on his contract. And then we still have Moremi on the left. We also have Yanela Mbutuma up top, and Oswin Apollos is there as well. We've got Abdoulaye F. Mariko. We are still waiting the official announcement of Marikos as well as Abdoulaye Dine Mariko, who are coming. But now, here is something that I want us to talk about. The first interview of Orlando Pirates' new coach, Absalom Wadu, here are a lot of things that he said. But here is one thing that I find it very interesting, because it is something that he identified as one of the major weaknesses of the team. And this is something that I've been talking about even from last season, even on our Facebook page. I spoke about this aspect of the game that I've realized that it's letting the team down, and then in all everything that he said, he spoke about a defensive transition, where he said he believed that the team can improve on defensive transition. And that's where I strongly believe that Orlando Pirates, they haven't been able to have a good rest defense that allow them to counter press quickly as soon as they lose the ball. So is one area that he has identified. If you remember the game of Orlando Pirates against Stellenbosch, where Masonganye was dispossessed and they got the ball quickly to Devin Titus out wide, and he went on to score. Those are the kind of goals that we are talking about. As soon as we lose the ball in that midfield, we don't have a compact structure enough, or a better rest defense that can really be able to react quickly, to be in close proximity, whereby the players, they're able to counter press quickly and close down the options for the opponents. And we have seen that Orlando Pirates, in most cases, they have been able to allow the opponents to space in behind, but most importantly in that central midfield, where the ball carrier has time and space on the ball to measure the passes in behind. And that's why Stellenbosch scored that goal. And there are so many examples that we can give with this Orlando Pirates. So Orlando Pirates, when they play with two fullbacks that are overlapping. And then when two fullbacks overlap, you find that in that midfield, Talentembata also likes to push forward. And then when he pushes forward, what happened is that Makatleni Makalo as well, sometimes he's tempted to find himself pushing a little bit forward. And then as a result, Orlando Pirates, they are found only with two centre-backs behind the ball. As we even seen against Mamelodi Sundowns, with that solo goal from Lucas Ribeiro. After Mamelodi Sundowns, they won the ball in their own half. I think it was Tito who was dispossessed of Kabelo Dlamini. And then they went on to score, Ribeiro scored that goal, solo goal, one of the best goals this season, or rather last season. So Orlando Pirates, they were not... they didn't have a better rest defense. They were not compact enough to be able to counter press quickly. So they gave Mamelodi Sundowns a lot of space and time on the ball. And then as a result, we found ourselves conceding such goals. Then Absalom Wadu, he really identified that area as one of the areas that needs to be rectified. And I was very happy watching his first interview as Orlando Pirates coach, when he was talking about especially this area, because it's one area that I've always believed that Orlando Pirates, they must find solution, because now they are playing with attacking fullbacks, and it seems like both fullbacks, they are going forward at the same time there. Then you've got two splitting center backs, and then as a result, everybody seems to be pushing forward. But then when the fullbacks are pushing forward, you need a very disciplined defensive midfielder who can stay in front of the two center backs to make it three. But then the problem becomes what happened in front of the defensive midfielder. If the forward line is detached too much from the midfield, then it becomes very difficult for the team to be compact in order to press effectively, to win the ball quickly in the opponent's half. So we have seen Orlando Pirates struggling with this situation. And even though aerially Orlando Pirates, they've battled in the CAF Champions League, especially when they were eliminated by Pyramids, I think the issue of defensive transitions, that's where Orlando Pirates have been really struggling. And even though in other games they didn't concede, but they managed to give opponents quality chances, of which it's something that we don't expect to see going into next season. Then we've got Sitlondule in that midfield, and we've got Makatleni Makaula is still there. We've got Talente Mbata, and then I'm expecting Absalom Wadu to really find a better way of fixing what he has identified, because it has been something that hasn't been going away. Even last season, I've heard Coach Mandla Nagazi talking about the fact that they have worked on it, but it hasn't really been something that has been dealt with, because now you can see that the teams, they still have getting quality chances from such a situation in defensive. When Pirates transition to defense, they haven't been compact enough. And I think with the new signings, the former Marumo Kalans coach will be in a position to work out how best to deal with that. Whether one of the fullbacks will have to tuck in and be alongside, sit alongside a holding midfielder in order to make sure that whenever Pirates loses the ball, they still have numbers behind the ball. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm not sure it's going to do, because I'm anticipating him playing with a 4-3-3, with a triangle that is face down, with a one single pivot supported by 2 free aids. Whether it's going to be Sipombule with Masindi Confidence Nemtachela, or it's going to be Sipombule with Tito Maswanganye, depending on how he wants to play. But then it's going to be very important that the fullbacks are very disciplined, and only one fullback can push forward at the same time. But if both fullbacks are going to overlap, then there will be a need of double pivots who will make sure that they have Orlando Pirates, they don't get overexposed when they lose the ball, so that they are able to counter press and be able to win the ball higher up the pitch. So those are some of the things that the coach has identified, and I was happy to see Absalom Wadu talking about that, because that's where we lacked. And then we'll need to have a player who's able to anticipate scenarios and be able to see all the imbalances in midfield, so that he can be able to step up quickly to balance the midfield, so that we don't have gaps that allows opponents to find space to pick up runners in behind, because we defend with a high line. Orlando Pirates, they play with a high line, depending on Sipochene to come out courageously and sweep behind. But then when the counter pressing is not effective in that midfield, where opponents, they have time and space to be able to measure passes in behind, it becomes very problematic for Orlando Pirates. Even Sipochene, at times, there's nothing that he can do in those situations. So I strongly believe that this area, with the players that Orlando Pirates have, especially Sitlonduli there, with Makaula there, with Mbata, there are still the young boys like Selepe is still there as well. So I'm expecting the coach to be able to rectify this area that he has identified, because it's very important that even when the team lose the ball in the defensive transition, they remain strong. They are able to have a good rest defense that enables them to counter press quickly and win the ball, of which allows the team to attack again, to turn defense into attack. And that's what we are expecting going into next season, especially since the coach identified this area. And it's very important to note that Absalom Wadu, he did his homework in making sure that he looked all the strength and the weakness of Pirates, and this has been one of the major weaknesses at the back for Orlando Pirates. And I hope that he's going to do everything in ensuring that Orlando Pirates, their rest defense is better, so that they can be able to counter press quickly and win the ball as soon as they lose the ball. Even the midfield will be very compact. The space between midfield and attack, they will be compact. Everybody will be able to track back to make sure that there is the vertical compactness allows the team not to have opponents finding spaces in between the lines. And I think that this is going to be something that the coach will be working. And I'm very happy that he has identified this area. Buccaneers, thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And then we hope that as we continue to subscribe, we will be able to continue doing more of these videos, as we are expecting to see what Absalom Wadu is going to do in the coming season, because they've got a lot of players around. Now it's up to him to create a team out of the squad that the management has provided him with, because then you can have all the best players, you can have everybody in the squad, the club can sign all the players, but it is the responsibility of the coach to make sure that he create the squad, rather the team out of the squad that he has been provided. And this preseason, it is made for that, where the coach will be able to look at the team, look at different profiles of his squad, and make sure that he select players with complementary attributes, ensuring that he form a team out of such. And I strongly believe that that's something that he's going to do going into next season. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and drop your comment below. I want to hear you. I want to hear what your take on this defensive transitions that has been problem for Orlando Pirates that the coach has identified. Thank you as well for watching this video. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.